Welcome back to Highwater Pass. We have made it to episode 11, which is insane to me. But, you know, I think that's a pretty good sign. We've gotten a lot done. I'm doing a little bit of a look over for the zoo, you know, trying to find all the stuff that we may have missed. And in my fervor to try and build as much of the zoo as possible, I have forgotten to add in some critical infrastructure. So, as you can see, we're having some problems where water sources are either not linked up correctly, or they are linked up correctly. Yeah, no, this all works. So, all of this is linked up correctly, but, we did forget to add in some, like, water filtration systems. We shouldn't need any water heaters, thankfully. We don't have any, like, spa-loving animals, so. At this point, I think we need to go ahead and rewind a little bit and go ahead and put in all of our water infrastructure, our power infrastructure. Today I think that we're going to be doing a lot of building construction. We need to get facilities for up here, and we need to get facilities for down here. And I only want to do one habit today, and that is the jaguar habitat, because I kind of neglected to do that last time. In the process, we may end up fleshing out this whole ridge through here and making the habitats for the American alligator and the caiman look good. But that'll be more of a incidental than it will be like a purposeful thing. So that's sort of our game plan for today. I hope that you all enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you when we're done. And we have returned from the time lapse. So we did quite a bit. We've got this entire bottom section of the map completely fleshed out. I may end up actually having to split this into 2 episodes. I'm hoping not to have to do that, but I may have gone a little bit overboard in how much I recorded. If it seems like it goes by a little bit faster, or if we trimmed out some things, unfortunately that's what happens. Let's go ahead and cover what we did. We got the infrastructure sorted out, so we added another water pump up here, and the water is already cleaner. We did another pump over here, and I did my best to hide it, because, you know, this was the most optimal spot to get it, so that way we could get all of this stuff and still hide it, and still get, you know, things up here. And then moving down over here, we've built this entire, oh goodness, like an end of the line kind of area. So this is going to be, depending on how you read it, certainly one of the farthest ends of the map from our starting point. So I wanted this to be like a really nice, like, rest stop area. Either because you went down this main drag, or because you took the southern route and came all the way up through here, or what we're going to be beginning on next is this whole northern route. And I don't expect that we're going to flesh out all of this. It might just be that we have a whole bunch of dead space with some trees that cover it, you know, just to make it look kind of natural. Or we may end up taking up this entire area. I don't know. So that'll be coming up in the next few episodes. This whole area through here, I wanted to use a lot of the new conservation pack stuff. My first instinct when I saw all of that was, oh goodness, we should go build a fairy forest. Tried to work on that. It has been slow going and I am not good at it. So maybe someday that's an idea that I'll revisit on the video. But right now, I think we're just going to be satisfied with building in this area. This building was heavily inspired by the, well, you'll have seen it in the footage as we recorded it. One of the conservation style restaurants that one of the Steam Workshop users built. That information will be put up on screen. So thank you to the person who built that. You are a wonderful, fantastic human being, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. So this is sort of my spin on what they did, and like we even used some of those parts, like this whole thing we took from them, although not the wisteria, that was my own addition. The idea of having this like upper deck area, using the curves, especially this building right here, this was heavily inspired by them as well. But I wanted something that would fit this land structure through here a little bit more, be a little bit open. So one of the things that we did, and it's not very well decorated, but let's go ahead and do walkthrough mode. Hello, Mr. Zookeeper. I love having the restaurants open so that way the people can view in. In real life, I imagine that would cause like a whole bunch of stress and harassment, but we live in a perfect world in Planet Zoo, and we don't have to deal with that. So I've got it nice and open so you can watch them cook, and maybe some of the, like, you know, maybe you get some of the smells from the kitchen, which would be really appetizing. We've got this garden through here and the palm tree, and then in here we have the staff door and a couple of gift shops. And then this is going to be your walkthrough viewing area for clouded leopards. I initially started building this region and thought, oh yeah, we'll just put the jaguar here. It will be fine. You know, there won't be any kind of issues. And then, as I started to build it, I realized, oh, that's too small. You know, we can't just limit it to this little corridor through here. It's not big enough. So then I started to expand it, and then it got too big. So I split it in half, and this is going to be our tigers. And we've got this really cute little viewing area up here. It's reminiscent of the one that we built for the cougars, but it doesn't have the awning, it doesn't have this gap through here. But it's got this, you know, little bit of water area so that way the tigers can't just jump up there. We've got some rock work, and this is going to require us to go back through and actually fix it. I know for a fact that the tigers are going to be able to jump out of here. Like, there's not a question in my mind. This is not escape proof. So when we do the tigers and the leopards, we will go ahead and shore up and make sure that they can't just, like, escape on us. The clouded leopard area through here I have a little bit more hope for, but like this is probably too low. This is probably too low. You know, little things like that. So we've got our chief beef over here. This was supposed to be a restroom, and I said, no, it's too cool to be a restroom, so I converted it to a shop. And then over here we have the actual big restroom, which was, I don't know, this is just neat. I like how they did all these walls. It doesn't necessarily fit perfectly with the style that we've established over here, but I wanted it to be distinct anyway because we're down in the jungle, quote unquote, you know, we're down in sort of a greener, lusher area, and I wanted to reflect that. And then I built all of this and realized, oh no, I didn't add any paths back for this. So I've got the crocodile area through here that I need to clean up, add some actual borders to. I've got this little, oh, this little thing needs to be cleaned up. If I don't fix this, then I'm not going to remember. So let's just, boop, and done. this is like a little hard shelter area for them. Then on the opposite side, we've got hard shelter for the tigers. And again, this is completely escapable. We'll fix it. But yeah, right, what I was saying. The staff area over here was completely inaccessible because I blocked all of this off in order to add the paths. And then of course I couldn't just subtract land because that's land that the alligators need. So it's not realistic, but hence, you know, this staff door. So we come through the staff door, we go through the wall, and we end up in the back. And there's just this looming hole in the ground. And the staff are gonna have to walk underground all the way through here. And there's this, like, we're using the quote-unquote grass texture wood in order to cover up this hole. It totally doesn't fit. It doesn't work. And so, just to be sure, I added a giant tree on top of it, so now you can't even see it when you're over here. Like, you'll never know it's there. Lazy? Yes. Am I going to do anything better? No. So, at least it functions. At least this wasn't in vain. And it's still, you know, it's not the best looking thing in the universe, but it certainly is better than having nothing. Because otherwise this whole area would be unserviceable. So, moving forward, I think that the zoo is doing really great so far. I really just want to focus on this northern area through here. We're going to build this path through. We've already talked over what we're going to do for this area. We've already talked over wanting to do like sheep and reindeer and wolves and all of those kinds of animals. So we will put a path down through here, down through this valley, and connect it back up over here. And it will be a massive walk. Quite possibly, we will put a second zoo entrance in this little area. Quite possibly. No guarantees. But the idea would be that you have an entrance over here, you have an entrance over here, and you don't have to traipse all the way back to one or the other in order to leave. And again, we're not in franchise mode, so it doesn't really matter how much money we end up making off of this thing. It's unlimited. This is just like a convenience thing, you know. So those are our plans. And then once we get this whole northern area situated, we are going to start on the animals. So I hope that y'all had a great time watching this. I know I certainly enjoyed myself quite a lot. And oh yeah, one last thing before we go. We've got these fish in here. I've added the notes of who made these fish. They're fantastic. Look at them. They're so high res. I mean, they're not real. They're made out of all these little tiny bits and pieces. Here, like the shutter hinges and the fleur-de-lises and North African door handles. I mean, it's just amazing what people have done. This is 80 objects in total for each of these. 85. 198, but that's two different fish. Yeah, so thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later.